welcome to the 13th episode of One Season Wonders Firefly. I am Jay. I'm joined, of course, by Steve. Steve, how the hell are you?
Steve is pretty good. The penultimate episode of Firefly, by the way. So I realize it's taken more than like 3 months to get here, but it feels like we just started recording these, doesn't it?
Wait, are you serious? I thought it was 16 episodes. It's 14?
Yep.
Oh my gosh. So the next episode is our season finale?
Yep.
Our
Objects in
series
space,
finale?
baby. Yeah, that.
Holy crow. Wait, I don't believe you. How many episodes in Firefly? Oh my God. That is crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, wow.
Yeah.
I straight up did not realize that.
Yeah. I'm.
This could be a semi-season finale, or yeah, I see that.
Yeah. I also want to mention. Actually, you know what? Before I get into that, how are things in the Schaefers?
They're good. I've been having a very relaxing spring break. Tomorrow is the final day of my spring break, and it's just actually, you know what? I'm going to go on a little bit of a thing here, not too much, but a little bit.
Yeah, go for it.
So is that going to distract from your point, or do you want to hit that first?
We'll get there.
Okay. I just want to make sure. I was just doing like a little bit of reflection the other day on like how differently. Wait, is that my computer? Okay. Sorry. My computer's just making a lot of noise right now. I was just trying to figure out if that was it. When I was like in college and when I was in high school as well, I mean, but even into college, I would not use breaks very well. Like I would spend breaks, and this isn't like I don't think this is like unique to me. I think this is very common. When I had like a break from school, I would stay up late all night. Like I would, I would try to like cram in as much like quote unquote fun as I could, as much like brainless garbage, and I would just like feel awful the whole time. And I didn't know why, but it's because I was like totally neglecting my sleep schedule. I wasn't, people use this term self-care, and I think self-care is very real. But I think that when people say self-care, what they really mean is stuff they want to do, which is not the same thing as self-care. So what I spent this break doing is I spent it going to sleep at like 9 o'clock at night and waking up at 5, which is what I normally do. But like as a result, I felt good. I felt normal. Like when I woke up on a day to day. Played some video games for sure, but also like went outside and took walks and like worked out a lot and, went to the dentist and just like did all this stuff that I need to do. And it made me feel really good the whole time. And like, if this was just 2 years ago, my amount of video game playing probably would have been increased by like 3 times, but I feel so normal right now. And I'm very happy about that. So I'm definitely feel like I figured out a better way to handle these breaks.
Yeah, I've oftentimes thought about like, because I do when I have free time, I do tend to do the like, just do awful things to yourself and pray for the best gimmick. Right. But I've often thought like, if in some crazed hypothetical future, like we became like content creators,
right? Like
full time or whatever, would I be doing that the whole time? With all this extra time I would have free or unstructured time I had free?
Right.
Or would I sort of like, now that I'm not like, I'm free for a finite amount of time, now that I don't have that deadline of like freedom, would I be able to regulate myself better? I'm not sure. If anybody wants to donate like $2-ish million so I can retire and we can test out this thesis, I would very much appreciate it.
Yeah. We got about 16 viewers, so
yeah. Well, the first episode of One Season Wonders Firefly has released as of yesterday. Would you like to know how many views it had when I checked on it earlier today?
20.
1.
Nice. Let's go.
Yeah.
That's how you know the people are fiending for Firefly content.
Yeah, and naturally that kind of leads us into the point I wanted to make, which is
also I think that one view might be me.
It might also, yeah, that makes sense. I even made a community post about it. God damn it.
Let me see. Pulling up live react. Of course, after we say this, we know it's going to be pouring in. We got to go to my subscriptions. We go to everyone's favorite channel, Double Action Hour. 2 views, bro. 2 views.
2 views. 2 views. Hell
2
yeah.
views.
They say about changing subjects on YouTube. They really mean it.
We gotta like start posting on like the bisexual theater kid Reddit, like because that's how we're gonna get claw our way into a new audience. You know,
it's true. But anyway, I think I actually thought we might get a viewer boost because of this thing that I wanted to mention here, which is as of like a week and a half ago, they're actively trying to greenlight an animated Firefly season 2. Like, they got like whoever they could get to return for the cast to like make like a little like social media thing. It's still like they've got like they have an animation house set aside. They have like Joss Whedon's not involved, but they have like Joss Whedon's like seal of approval or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They have showrunners, one of which is Mark Guggenheim of like CW fame.
Yeah, I was like, isn't that the Flash guy?
Yeah,
incredible. That's how you know it's going to be good.
Yeah, and no, we are Firefly. That's not how it works. It's already a crew show. You don't have to. Anyway, but
after we finish all of our 1-season wonder shows, we're going to jump into 9-season wonders, and the first show we're going to do is going to be Flash. So
yeah, we're going to do actually the next show is going to be called Too Many Season Wonders, and we're just going to go shows that overstayed their welcome. It'll be the great. It'll be the Flash. It'll be Arrow.
It's going to take us a lot. It'll
be a lot of CW. We can actually. That's the other thing we could do. We could just go chronologically through like CW's nerd shows. We'll just start with Smallville.
Arrow went in the opposite direction though. Arrow, in my opinion, started in the fucking pits and kind of ended up pretty decent right at the end.
I think it was a reverse parabola. A little bit. Yeah. Although I never jumped back in after. I think it was season 5 was my last one.
Valid. I think you know what? I don't begrudge you. I do not begrudge you that.
Yeah, whichever the one with Vigilante was. But yeah, I guess. But they're like they don't have like a distributor, so it's kind of nothing.
Right.
They essentially released that to show distributors that they're still audience demand based on like whatever social media interaction they get from it.
Right.
So I think if it does get greenlit, it'll be like 2 years before it comes out. I'm not 100% sure it will get greenlit because it's a 20-year-old show. Also, they want this to take place. This won't have any relevance until you watch Serenity, but apparently the show is pitched to take place between the ending of Firefly and the beginning of Serenity. So that little gap. I don't think they ever say how much time has passed, so you can fit as much as you want in between those two things.
So our timeline is we're going to do this, then pitch our season 2, and then watch Serenity?
I think we're going to have you pitch a season 2 because you don't have any knowledge of Serenity. And I think that's interesting.
That's true. I have zero. And I have to say, I've done a very good job of like not. The only thing I've seen for Serenity is like the poster. And I didn't even I don't even remember what's on the poster. So
nice.
Pretty happy about that.
Yeah, it's one of the advantages of the 20-year-old TV show thing. I was actually a little worried once this show got announced because I was like, oh, people are talking about Firefly again. Jay might catch some strays. But
don't worry. I'm not on social media, brother. Except, you know what? I do have an Instagram. That's a problem.
Yeah.
I got called out by my kids for using Instagram because I was talking about how I don't believe in social media. And then one of my wrestlers was like, I've seen you on Instagram. And I was like, well, that's just because I have to look at what Isabel sends me. So
shut up.
Yeah. Which is true, by the way. Yeah. If any of you guys are listening, which God, I hope not, please don't let any of you little bastards find this.
You absolute demons.
Right. Episode. Here it is.
Here's the episode.
The episode it's called Heart of Gold, folks. It's called Heart of Gold. And it's referring to a specific member of our crew, which we'll find out. You can judge for yourself who you think it is at the end of this episode.
Well, it's also referring to the place. It's called the
That's
Heart of
right. I
Gold.
forgot it was called that.
Yeah.
I did forget it was called that.
Yep.
It's a double entendre.
Yeah.
We're on some outworld planet. There's a house covered in tinfoil with 2 people hanging up laundry. A convoy approaches, and the launderers run inside, very afraid. I was very excited to use the word launderer in a non-criminal context. I was like, "Ooh, this
Nice.
is going to be,
I appreciate
it's
it.
going to pop me a little bit." Thank you.
Yeah.
The leader of the convoy, a man by the name of Rance Burgess, great Star Wars name as well. Great, very Glupshidowy.
Great actor. I don't remember this guy's name, but he's a recurring villain in the early seasons of Supernatural, and he's like probably like the best, one of the definitely like top 3 maybe villains they had. He's the yellow-eyed demon. You'll probably forget this in the 10 years it takes us to do a Supernatural podcast, so I don't feel too bad for saying that. Yeah.
I'll keep that in mind. I liked his performance in this.
Yeah, he's actually really good, considering we've seen a couple of these kinds of characters before, these like rich asshole guys.
Right.
And I'm like, and then this guy feels more like a real guy than the other ones do, and somewhat disturbing ways in certain scenes.
Yeah. So I used the word companion here because I didn't know that was incorrect. But these are not, basically, to cut to it, this is a group of non-companion sex workers. So they are not part of the Companions Guild. They're independent sex workers.
Yeah, you're either part of the union, kids, or you're a whore. It's
however you want to phrase it.
Yeah.
So he's looking for a particular woman, Petaline, because he believes her to be pregnant with his child. And he uses this horrible DNA tester device. He basically just like stabs her in the stomach. Yeah. And she's like screaming and stuff. And that's like the DNA extraction process. I was like, this guy to be like, he got this DNA tester from like.
Big. I'm like,
yeah.
I'm like, how? Presumably there's a needle in there. How long's the needle? Like,
right.
I think he just lobotomized the baby. I don't know. Like,
whatever happened, it was not good. Yeah, because he wasn't. There was no inspection before he dove in. He just jabbed and hope he got.
Yeah, he stabs her with it. That's like that's a lot.
I didn't like it. Nandy, who is the what's the term? The house mom or whatever. The proprietor of the establishment. She says they're going to call for help. We hard cut to Mal and Inara. They're teasing each other in the dining room when they receive a distress call. It's for Inara, not Mal. She takes it in her shuttle, and it's Nandy asking for the crew's help. There's a funny little exchange where Nandy says they should be able to handle it if they've got guns and brains at all. And Inara says, well, they've got guns.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Yeah.
Inara is talking to Mal about something, and she says, I feel it important we keep ours strictly a business arrangement, which is a little indicator to us that she might have a little crushski on Mal. Of course, we've had some indicators of that before, but this is another indicator of it.
Yeah, and it's I think this might be the first one that he picks up on as like a weird behavior where he's like, that's odd. Like,
right, like why even say that?
Yeah.
Let's see. Jane refuses to help initially, but then he hears that the people are going to go help her sex workers, and he's like, I'm in. Absolutely. Let's go.
Peak Jane.
Once we get there, the 2 of the workers approach Book, and he's kind of standoffish with them. He's like, please get away from me. But they reveal that they just want a prayer meeting, which he does not seem to be super into. I think he just does not really want to have anything to do with them.
Yeah, this is also another fun one when you're like, oh, he wasn't like always a shepherd until like presumably somewhat recently, like maybe the last like 5-10 years. So like he's like, it wasn't long ago this would have been a very different situation for me.
Right. So Mal wants to meet with Rance Burgess. So he and Inara go to the Chinese theater where he's doing some entertaining. He scares Mal with his gun from the future and his generally sociopathic vibe. Mal's like, all right, we got to get out of here. This guy's kind of scary.
Yeah. The story he's telling when they walk up to him is like, Jesus Christ. He says, to be the first to break a woman's virtue or whatever, or if you take a woman's virtue, you take the woman or something like that. He
Yeah.
goes, and then he goes, and then the boy said the vows right then, and then he gestures to his gun and says it didn't take. I was like, I don't know what the context of this is, but it's horrifying.
Yeah.
Like,
Here's what I'll say is I've also, as I mentioned, I've been rewatching Downton Abbey, and that is also a theme in Downton Abbey as well, because it's,
Yeah.
like Victorian times. Not
Yeah.
Victorian times. What the heck am I saying?
I
It's
don't-
wait, or is it Victorian times?
I don't know
I don't
Downton
know.
Abbey good enough.
It's about to be Elizabethan times because we're in the 1920s. So, what was I going to say? Yeah, there's a plot line where, some of the social stigmas are starting to be lifted. And so one of the daughters of the family decides to engage in premarital sex to decide if she wants to actually marry a guy. She's like, I kind of want to try before I buy. And then she decides not to marry him. And her family is like, no, you have to marry him because you guys shared a bed. And she's like, I'm not going to do that. And
You schnozzed. You can't schnoz and bail. That's not good.
Bro, you got to watch Downton Abbey. It's so peak. It's so peak. There's the thing about Downton Abbey is that it's so good that even if it's not the kind of show you'd usually watch, it's still it's still good. Like I don't watch anything else like Downton Abbey. I'm not out here watching like British historical dramas, but it's just so good. It's just so good that it's like, we'll do Downton Abbey right after we do Supernatural. That'll be oh god. But Downton Abbey episodes are like an hour each. Never mind.
We'll do Downton Abbey, Peaky Blinders, just every British show we get, Great British Bake Off, every English thing we can think of.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh, I should say, after Mal runs out of there, Rance gets confirmation that Pedaline is, in fact, carrying his child. Ooh, that's horrible.
Yeah. And I like Mal's deduction here because he does a thing where he's like, I want to take the measure of a man before I fight him thing. And then they have this interaction and it kind of feels like Mal's like a little bit ahead of him. Like he does like this thing where he's like, oh, she's a beauty. And the guy thinks he's talking about his gun. He's like, no, I mean your wife. What do you... And, that's kind of like how he gets. But then like they get outside. He's like, we are getting the fuck out of here. That guy's insane. Right. He's like, that guy's fucking cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. We're getting out.
Yeah. We're not messing with crazy here.
He has lasers and no sanctity for life. It's not, we're not doing it.
I believe that might be actually the exact line. So Mal suggests they all run, and Nandy refuses. So they get ready to fortify the house. Book says he's handy with a hammer because he's been following a carpenter for some time. That's funny.
Yeah.
Pedaline goes into labor. Zoe wants to have a kid. That's a little side note. Maybe that'll come up next episode.
Yeah. It like I said, during like the previously on episode, it was a lot of stuff about like the various relationships between the married couple and then the two like will they won't they's of Mal and Inara and then Simon and Kaylee. And you don't get a whole lot of Simon and Kaylee stuff in this episode.
I started taking some notes of like the 2 beats that there are, but there really only are like 2 beats, and so I didn't even bring it up. Yeah. Like I honestly think the only thing worth mentioning outside of the Inara and Mal stuff is the fact that Zoe mentions like straight up like I want to have a kid.
Yeah.
So that's interesting.
Yeah.
I like that they made her. Well, it's like a subversion of a subversion because like. In the archetypal relationship, it would be the lady who wants to have a kid, but but also in that same archetypal relationship, like the man would be like the warrior or whatever. And so I like they've kind of inverted the inversion by having her be like the strong warrior, but also having her wanting to, have a kid and like, but not in some way that like robs her of her warriorness or whatever. I think it's cool.
Yeah.
So Mal and Nandy are talking. She's surprised that he hasn't gotten involved with any of the workers. Nandy also says that she thinks Mal has a crush on Inara, which he does not confirm or deny.
Yeah.
We get some Inara lore. She was part of a very prestigious companion house, but she left under mysterious circumstances. and then Nandy seduces Mal.
Yeah, they bang, and there's like a banging scene. There's like on network
There's a banging
television.
scene.
Like I
Mhm.
was like, I can't think of the last time like a TV show on Fox Network had a banging scene in it. You know, they'll have
It's
they'll have
pretty
Law and
graphic.
Order SVU talk about just about anything, but they won't show two people who like each other banging. It's
Right.
it's very strange.
One of the other sex workers rats out the crew to Burgess, and in a very disturbing scene.
Yeah, another one of those like Jesus, like
Yeah, he like
and having these scenes back to back is another like crazy like I get what you're doing, but okay,
It's a
maybe
lot.
lower the volume a little bit.
So Burgess is like hyping his men up to go attack the
Yeah.
house, and he has this worker, and he forces this worker into like doing some stuff in front of everybody.
Yeah,
So yeah, that's pretty nasty. I didn't like that.
yeah,
Inara runs into Mal as he's coming out of Nandy's room. She's like, "Oh, yes, of course, that's totally normal. I'm just surprised that she would stoop to so low as for someone like you." Smash cut to her just like absolutely sobbing in her room.
a little too much, honestly. If I'm being honest, like I get
Yeah.
it, but like maybe just like break a glass or something, you know, like
I was like, "Oh no!" I felt bad. I was moved.
yeah,
The battle starts. Wash and Kaylee go to Serenity to occupy the sky, but Burgess has sent a crew to infiltrate, so they end up pinned down. Burgess uses the laser gun. I was very surprised. Our first laser gun in Serenity or in Firefly or whatever the show is called.
that's true. We got we have like those like Sonic question mark punch guns. But
Yeah.
this is our first like laser. Yeah.
I like that it's out here like, it's not just exploding stuff. It's like setting stuff on fire as well. I thought that was a good
it's like
touch. It's a laser. It's lasering.
It
It's
does
doing what a
laser
laser
stuff.
would do.
Yeah. And I also
and
like
then
that it was like a
the-
stream, but then later on it's a bolt. So I'm like, all right. Yeah.
I'm sure, maybe he was holding the trigger down at first and then later he was just pressing it.
Yeah, true.
What are you going to do? So the sex worker who has turned on the group lets Burgess into the house. So just lets him straight through the fortifications. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Very awful. Wash and Kaylee manage to trap the mercs in the ship, but they accidentally do it in reverse. Wash is stuck in the engine room and Kaylee is stuck on the bridge, so they can't really do much. Burgess bursts into the room where Pedaline is given birth, and Nara and Nandy manage to get the kid away from him, but Nandy gets lasered. Pretty graphically, too. Like, there's, like, flames coming out of her chest and everything. I was like, oh, my God. Burgess gets away. Mal catches up with him, leaps onto his speeder and beats the crap out of him.
No.
Rance and his goons get tied up in front of the house, and Pedaline executes Rance. The rat gets exiled, and they have a funeral for Nandy.
Yeah. So yeah, this is just like a whole lot of. This is a big episode, like just like the scale and the. I do wish like Mal had beaten the shit out of him a little bit more. Like,
Yeah.
he hits him once with the butt of his gun, and I'm like, and there's this cutaway. Because the thing is, like, he pulls him up, he points the gun at him, he says, "You're gonna pay for what you did," and he says something awful in retort, and he hits him with the butt of his gun, and then there's like a cutaway to show him like I think starting to like drag him away or whatever. I'm like, if that cutaway was just him just fucking laying into him afterwards,
Yeah.
like, and then we just cut to him dropping down, he's just has the shit kicked out of him. I would have really appreciated that. That's like,
But I guess they want to savor the brutality for Pedaline. So
yeah, yeah. I like Pedaline's lines too, because she, he demands, even now that he's like a prisoner, he demands to see his child, and she brings him out, and she's like, "Well, Jonah, this is your daddy," and then blam, say bye to daddy, Jonah. I'm like, hey, Jonah's deaf now, by the way. He's a sensitive hearing. Could have come out with some headphones.
these are future guns. They don't make that much noise.
That's true. Even though they're like revolvers that you can go buy at Walmart now if you live in America. They're like, they're all silence.
Yeah,
They all make pew pew
just,
noises. Yeah.
yes. Back in the ship, Inara and Mal have a little bit of a debrief. There's a moment where it seems like Inara is going to confess her feelings for Mal, but instead she says, "I'm leaving," and that's where we end the episode.
Yeah, she frames it in an interesting way, where she does this thing about like, oh, I saw how attached Nandi was to like the people around her, like the crew of the Serenity, and and you think the reveal is going to be like, and now I realize I'm just as attached to you guys, and the reveal is, I'm just as attached to you guys. I got to get the fuck out of here before I die for you idiots. It seems to be the implication. Yeah. It's like, I'm not taking a fucking laser for you, Mal. We're not doing that. Like,
very reasonable.
Yeah.
I don't have a ton to say on this episode, honestly. Like, I mean, I thought it was good. I thought the action was good, but unfortunately, action isn't something we can really easily convey through the medium of this episode. I thought that the characterization was good. It was kind of continuing on some of the stuff that we've already seen. The only new wrinkle was like getting a little more clarification on what Mal and Inara actually feel for each other.
Yeah.
But overall, it was just kind of like a solid thumbs up for me. I don't really have too much to say in the positive. Like, I don't have anything to like heap praise upon, and I don't have anything to criticize either.
Yeah. I really like this episode. I think this is like, hey, this is a sci-fi Western show. Like, this is the most Western episode, probably.
I mean, the way the shootout was framed was just so classic, and I thought that was really cool.
It's very Magnificent Seven. It's also kind of the finale of Outlaw Josie Wales. There's also a lot of Unforgiven in this movie, or in this show. I don't know if you've seen Unforgiven.
I've not.
Unforgiven would come out like 6 years or so before this. And that's a movie about like prostitutes who hire like out of town gunmen to come in and like essentially defend them or avenge them. And like there's even a joke about like some of the gunmen like taking free ones in as like advanced payment for their actions. And it's like, which Jane does in this like endlessly. Right. And I'm like, yeah, that joke is exactly from the other one.
Right.
Or from the Unforgiven. But even like the characterization of like Nandi is like a little bit similar to one of the characters. It's like, I also liked Unforgiven a lot, Joss Whedon. I like that you did an episode.
That was Unforgiven.
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't seen Unforgiven, so I thought this was a very novel concept.
Yeah. I would very much recommend it. It's probably like top 5 Western of all time.
All right.
And it ain't 5.
Yeah. Let me add it to my list. You're in. Oh, sorry. I'm writing it down right now. Debrief some more so I can make sure I don't forget.
More debriefing. Yes, just some Unforgiven. Unforgiven, of course, though, is not like it's not like a siege at the end of it. So like the finale's a bit different. I liked the I like that they included 2 to quote Kaylee, boy whores.
Yes.
That also die immediately without a single line on screen. You know,
one of them does. One of them does.
Yeah. Well, we don't see the other one at the end. So.
Well. Oh. Yeah. Like in the funeral scene. Uh-oh. Very tragic.
Yeah. Or maybe.
Yeah. Added Unforgiven to my content list, so we're good on that front.
Oh man, what a cast in that movie too! Clint Eastwood, Morgan Freeman, Gene Hackman, whoever played that British guy.
It's a lot of cool people.
Yeah.
I'm very excited for the season finale. I really can't believe that we're just got one more episode left in the tank. Yeah. I've really enjoyed watching Firefly so far.
Yeah, we're right on it. And now for a finale so bad it will ruin the rest of the show. No, it's not. It's not bad.
I'm glad that it's not. Yeah, I think it's gonna probably be a little anticlimactic as well.
Yeah.
Double Action Rex. What are you thinking, Steve?
So I will say I'll make Unforgiven my official one, but what I had planned beforehand was I'm showing this for purely Jay's benefit. Is I picked up the Superman Spider-Man crossover.
I have
I
that
haven't
too.
read it. I haven't read it yet, which is why it's
I
a little
have
bit
read
of
it
a
yet.
weird wreck. So I'm just like, I'm sure it's probably pretty fun.
It is pretty fun.
Yeah.
That's a very accurate way to describe it.
I also bought the was it Greg? Oh no, I can't remember who the artist's name is who did the 2 black suits alt cover. I bought that one on eBay because that was the one I really wanted. Which is
Greg
funny because
Capullo?
no.
Okay, different.
It might not be Greg.
Greg.
It's like Olalo or something. I don't know. I looked it up earlier, but anyway, actually, you know what? There's a credits page in here with all the cover artists written down. I shall look here. I'm looking. Gabrielle Del Otto. Yeah.
Looks so cool.
Oh, actually, is that Gabrielle or Gabriel? I don't know. I'm not familiar with this person's other work. But that was the cover that I wanted. But I ended up with just Jim Lee, which is funny. I do think it's funny that it's like if this was Batman and Wolverine, it would easily be like the one that I wanted. But it's Jim Lee Superman and Jim Lee Spider-Man, which are still great, you know. It's still awesome. But
Right.
it's not quite the heat, you know. It's not peak Jim Lee.
Still very exciting though, and there was one splash page. There's one splash page in there pretty early on. It's just like, whoa, very cool to see these 2 characters just superheroing around like this. It's very neat.
I've seen a couple panels out of context, just from online, including the Power Girl Punisher crossover, which isn't one I thought
that was fun. That's good.
I was like, all right. But yeah, what do we got on your end for Double Action Rex?
My rec is a mini series that I just finished. Immortal Legend Batman. I thought Immortal Legend Batman was pretty good. It's written by Kyle Higgins, so it's about Power Rangers. It's what if Batman was a Power Ranger, and it's good. It's fine. It reinterprets. There's one particular issue that I like a lot. Well, I like a lot of the issues a lot, but basically, Batman is facing off against. You know the thing about like Batman villains are dark reflections of him.
Yeah, like how the Penguin is his insecurity at his height.
Yes.
Right.
That's funny. This is like literally that though. Like basically there's a Power Rangers accident, and in the process he's kind of splintered into a bunch of different Bruce Waynes. Get some
Superman 3s in here. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, but and each of them are like it's all of his villains, but they're all Bruce Wayne. So like the Riddler, but it's Bruce Wayne. The Joker, but it's Bruce Wayne. Bane, but it's Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
Poison Ivy, but it's Bruce Wayne. And that's actually the one that I particularly like because in that theory, in that reading of Batman's Rogues Gallery, I've always kind of been like, well, it doesn't work for, I mean, it works for like some of the big ones, right? It works for Two-Face. It works for Riddler. It works for Bane. But how does it work for like Poison Ivy? And the interpretation of Poison Ivy here is Poison Ivy is like Batman's desire to like isolate himself and like be like alone. And I found that very compelling, and like the way that it's done is very interesting. So I liked it.
Nice.
And art's good. Cool. He has a little morphin sequence, which I like. He kind of does a little like gesture up here, and he goes, "Become the Night."
I was actually I was cracking up a little bit earlier because I was just picturing like the original like lineup where it's like, Tigerzord, T-Rex, Sabretooth, and then like that. Like just like
well, they make like I won't go into the whole thing, but I recommend checking it out. I'm sure it'll be collected soon. But I of course have all the floppies because I'm out here.
Nice.
Buying weekly comics again or monthly comics again. Very exciting.
Yeah.
The outro.
No, 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 no.